Ever been hungry in the morning? Thought, hey, a tortilla might be a great breakfast option. That's what Emma thought one day when she went into our kitchen. Oh no, looks like we're out of tortillas. Poor Emma. Now she's not going to have any breakfast. Well, luckily for her and for you, today I'm going to be showing you an easy way to make your own homemade tortilla with things that you have already in your house. Things like warm water, oil or lard, salt, baking powder, and all-purpose flour. Now here's the ingredients and all the measurements you're going to need. Go ahead and pause the video or take a picture. You're also going to need a special pan, a flat pan called a griddle, or this cast iron version I like to use called a comal. Start with your 4 cups all-purpose flour and add in the 2 teaspoons baking powder. Also add 2 teaspoons salt and then mix to combine all your dry ingredients. Once your dry ingredients are combined, I like to make a small hole or a divot in the middle of the flour and then add the oil into that small hole. This is what it'll look like. Now after I have the oil added, I slowly begin adding in the warm or hot water. You don't want to add all of it at once because then the dough might end up too sticky. Instead, I add small amounts and then begin mixing with my hand, getting a feel for the correct texture of the dough. Now, oopsie, looks like I added way too much water to my dough. You can tell because it's sticking to my hands and it's very, very wet and sticky feeling. Too much water. If you do this, all you have to do, it's an easy fix. Add a little bit of flour until you balance out the texture. You can see here, way too much water. Now I added some flour and then you can see now it's the correct texture. It's cleaned the bottom of the bowl and it has also cleaned my hand off. That's how I can tell that the dough is the correct texture. It's no longer sticking to my hand and it's nice and elastic. You're going to need a bolillo or rolling pin to roll out the tortillas. I also use this silicone baking mat. Now I pinch off about a 2-inch ball and then I form it into a round patty and begin rolling it out. I usually roll it out in one direction, flip the patty, and then roll it again. Now one of the biggest complaints I get about my tortillas and other people when they try to roll out their own is that they are not round. So use this pro tip to make your tortillas nice and round. Take the edge of your rolling pin and gently push the dough into the correct shape and then roll it out again. Continue this process until you have a nice round tortilla. Once you have a nice round tortilla, you're going to want to make sure that you check the thickness. It should be nice and thin. And then you can transfer it to your hot, ungreased griddle pan or comal. Cook it for about a minute and then flip. Nice and golden brown. Once it's cooked for about 30 seconds on the other side, you can transfer the cooked tortilla to a paper towel, slightly overlapping the other tortillas that you have made. This will help retain some moisture and make your tortillas nice and soft. Repeat the process until you have all of your tortillas cooked. This recipe will make about a dozen tortillas. You can eat them in a variety of ways: burritos, tacos, quesadillas, with breakfast foods, or just plain with butter. I like to stack my tortillas when they're all finished and keep them inside the damp paper towel. This will retain the moisture and make sure they don't dry out. We had our tortillas with some red chili salmon cakes. Now let's check in on Emma. Looks like she's going for that tortilla again. Oh no, we're still out! But look, she has a solution. Now that we were able to make our own homemade tortillas, she no longer has to be worried about those crummy store-bought tortillas. We have our own delicious homemade tortillas. So satisfying. I hope you enjoyed this video. and you enjoy making tortillas with your own family.